Websites, your most important marketing asset, the front door of your business, a critical part of your business identity. But too often, it's a major liability. The old way of building websites is broken.
We kept having to make creative compromises, and we just couldn't take risks, we couldn't innovate.
It just took a very long time to create those sites and create those products.
There are too many plugins, not enough control, and the constant demand to do more with less.
It cost a lot of money to work with engineers to build components that ended up feeling unpolished or clunky.
And we really need the ability to launch quickly, to experiment quickly, and then to optimize quickly.
With Webflow, there's a better way. A way that puts the power in your hands to build stronger, faster, smarter.
Webflow has allowed us to work with bigger and bigger and bigger clients.
It just bridged that gap between design and development and allowed us to just work in a much more agile way.
I can really deliver great design, but I can also really deliver great build.
Webflow is going to be the backbone of our business.
For us, that one platform means we can streamline a lot of what the business is doing. We have less tools to manage, we have less training to do for our team, so it's allowed us to be more productive, I'd say.
That power and flexibility has completely changed the way we're able to create, and I can't imagine building our world-class brand without Webflow.
But the internet hasn't stopped evolving, so neither will we. In the last year, we've launched new tools to help you build incredible sites faster and more easily than ever. Tools like localization, on-canvas editing, variables, libraries, branch staging, page templates, and so much more. This year, we're going even bigger, better, together. Welcome to Webflow Conf 2024.
And now, CEO of Webflow, Linda Tong.
Hello. Oh my goodness. It is so great to see everyone this morning. Welcome to Webflow Conf 2024. I even see some of the stars from that video we just watched. Hey, Euros. Hey, Josh. I'm so glad you guys could make it. I know the coffee has been flowing here in San Francisco. It's pumping through my veins right now. I know all of you tuning in from home are also feeling it. So I hope you're all ready for an incredible couple of days for us to connect, celebrate, and learn. To get things started, I want to give a special thanks to Lottie Files for sponsoring the live stream and helping us bring Webflow Conf to the tens of thousands of you online. And to our friends at Spline as a bronze sponsor, and to Silversmith for returning as a platinum sponsor. Thank you all so much. Let's give them a round of applause. Now, let's dive in, because we have a lot to talk about, and I am pumped to share what we've been up to here at Webflow. We know building a world-class website requires the collaboration of an entire team to create something bigger than any of us could ever accomplish on our own. So whether you're a designer, a developer, a growth marketer, a content editor, or an agency, or freelancer, we all layer in our own unique abilities to make something incredible. And no matter if you're collaborating with someone who sits next to you in the office or with someone on the other side of the world, we all build better together. Since the beginning, the mission of Webflow has been to bring development superpowers to everyone. And today, millions of the world's best websites are powered by Webflow, which means millions of sites are in tune with that greater goal. But all those customers have only known one version of Webflow, the visual-first way to build stunning websites. Today, to build on that foundation, we're going to be announcing some phenomenal new features and products that are going to take Webflow beyond the build and into the next decade to serve and inspire not just the next million, but the millions and millions after that. But before I go any further, I want to bring up the baseline that this company was founded on. The original composer of Webflow, our co-founder and chief innovation officer, Vlad Magdalin.
Hey everyone, thank you so much, Linda. And thank you all for being here today. I'm so excited for all of you to join us in this next chapter, or since we're doing the music theme, this next movement, if you will, in Webflow's story. But first, before we go further, I can't pass up this moment to share how incredibly grateful I am to Linda to step in as Webflow's next CEO just a few months ago, and how lucky I feel just to share the stage with you today. Thank you so much. Why don't we give her a huge round of applause? Oh, and very much obligated to tell you that our team has me on a very strict music pun quota, so I'm going to try to keep those to a minimum. Otherwise, I think I'll get myself into a lot of trouble. Thanks, guys. Okay, on that note, I want to talk about how freaking proud I am to see everything that you all are building with Webflow. Right now, you're publishing nearly 40,000 sites every single day. That's more than double where we were just 2 years ago. And there are a lot of reasons from that. For the powerful products our team has been rolling out to help you all build, to the growing number of teams who are experiencing the power of our incredible platform. And of course, the more than 1,300 certified Webflow partners who are helping those teams build best-in-class performance sites. And that includes some of the most innovative companies in the world who have chosen to power their websites with Webflow. Companies like IDEO, Clear, and Orange Theory Fitness. So as we set out to compose the future of Webflow together, we're doing it with companies like that in mind. But not only them. Like Linda said earlier, Webflow's mission is to bring development superpowers to everyone, to all of you, from our growing number of enterprise customers to the hundreds of thousands of small businesses and startups, to our amazing freelance and agency partners all over the world. And as we're working on this mission to bring more superpowers to each and every one of you, we're seeing 3 key trends that affect everyone building websites today.
The first trend we're going to talk about is, and you probably guessed it, AI. Because let's face it, this wouldn't be a tech conference in 2024 if we weren't talking about AI. And that's because AI is impacting everything we do at work, especially our websites.
That's right. It's no secret that AI is changing the way we do a lot of things, including building websites. But the good news is that AI can deliver amazing powers to your teams, speeding up creative processes and helping you and your teams just work faster. In fact, AI has been proven to help reduce creative problem-solving time by up to 50%. That's a really big deal.
But AI is not only changing how sites are built, it's also changing how people interact with your site too. We've all seen the stats. Organic search traffic is being hit hard by AI search results. And experts are estimating that we should expect a 30% reduction in organic traffic as a result. So, with website traffic down across the board, and because your customers are getting some of the information they need from AI before ever hitting your homepage, the role your website plays in the funnel is changing.
The next trend we've been thinking a lot about is the growing pressure on marketers to do a lot more with less. That drop in website traffic that Linda mentioned is very real. And industry reports tell us that only 2 to 5% of site visitors convert from visitor to a paying customer.
So, with traffic presenting unique challenges, we know marketing teams need to move the needle and drive engagement and conversion. Teams need to be able to innovate quickly and deliver personalized content to a huge number of customers. And they need to do it without hitting bottlenecks with their colleagues across design, development, and data. But we have a solution for that, and we can't wait to share it later.
And a third big trend we're watching relates to the process of actually building sites day to day. As more and more members of your teams work together to combat these new realities online, some age-old problems are causing real headaches.
Teams are siloed, making the whole process of building needlessly complicated and slow. A designer or content marketer could request a change and then wait days or even weeks to hit the top of a developer's queue. For many teams, the experience of shipping and managing websites, well, it just plain sucks.
And the tools that people are using are siloed too. Just the sheer number of MarTech tools is increasing by 30% a year. But the alternative to siloed tools is a monolithic digital experience platform that can come with its own set of challenges, like requiring customers to sacrifice modern, best-in-class tools for a bloated, hard-to-use, and expensive all-in-one solution. But it's not all bad news. We wouldn't be here on stage together if we didn't think there's a much better way.
That's right, because it's with all those trends in mind that we are ready to introduce you to the future of Webflow, to all the brand new development superpowers that we're going to bring to you right where you need them. And we're ready to introduce you what it means to build better together. It's you, together with us, together with your teams, together with your clients and your customers, and together in one place with your design, your data, your content, your experiments, your everything all in one.
So, to help us share more about how we're turning all that into actual reality, I'd love to invite my two favorite people onto the stage, Allan and Rachel. Give it up for them.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you, Vlad and Linda, and thank you, everyone, for being here. You know, Allan, I was actually at Webflow Conf last year as a secret shopper, and I can't tell you how excited I am to be here on the other side. What can you tell me to expect?
Well, first of all, I'm trying to picture you as a secret shopper. Is it like wig and sunglasses and baseball cap? Or?
Totally mustache.
Mustache works. OK, cool. So this is my second Webflow Conf, and I think you're just going to love meeting all the folks in this room. I mean, it's really an amazing experience. I'd encourage you to go out there, go to the happy hours, go to the parties, meet some people, meet some new friends, and just explore. It's going to be a lot of fun. In fact, I know over the last year, you and I, alongside of our teams, have just spent a lot of time listening to thousands of stories from customers, partners, and prospects to hear what features and products you like, and of course, what you don't like. I hear about those too. We also get to learn about the challenges your teams face every single day.
And we've been working hard to solve those problems the only way we know how, by shipping. Right, Captain?
You bet. I love to ship. And since last year's Webflow Conf, we've shipped big updates to improve how you can manage your design systems, your site's performance, and so much more. In fact, we've shipped over 100 new features. That's way more than ever before. And dozens of tiny but mighty updates, and countless performance optimizations, and bug fixes you've never heard of, but I have. And Rachel, I know you love this line, so I'm going to have to say it. We're just getting started.
You stole my line, Allan.
I do it every time.
But
it's on the script.
If you're playing bingo at home, we are actually just getting started. So one of the themes we've already talked about today is, of course, AI. So we're going to show you how Webflow will help you harness this incredible new superpower.
Absolutely. Our goal with AI has always been to identify ways to make you effective, so you can spend more time on the work that benefits most from your creativity and less time on the boring, rote, repetitive tasks. And I'm proud to say that with the work we've done, I think we've done just that.
Yeah, we think about AI as a steel thread that runs throughout Webflow. And because of that, we're also thinking critically about your data. We stand by the principle that your data belongs to you. So it's important to be clear. In the products that you see today, we will not use your data to power any of our generative models. And in the future, if this were to change, we would always be explicit about it and enable you to opt in rather than opt out.
100% true. And from an engineering and operations perspective, we always protect customer data as if it's our own. Now, as far as that second trend about the growing pressure on marketers to do more with less, our experience has shown us that building a powerful website builder to launch a performant, beautiful, superly amazing website is just not enough. We need to go beyond the build, because conversion is the real goal. Marketing teams need the autonomy to build their funnel from the very first visitor through the entire customer journey. And with Webflow, we're building a platform that will reduce the number of tools that marketers use every day.
And finally, to address the trend that teams and tools are more siloed than ever before, we are leveling the playing field for everyone who's involved in building websites today, from visual developers to growth marketers, really for anyone and everyone who wants to build inside of Webflow.
Yes, so that means making it easier for all sorts of roles to work together to build a website. But it also means delivering products that serve each of these groups and safeguards their work. Because building better together means being able to build with confidence.
Totally. Now, if you think about like a jazz band, a saxophone can't just do their part and then pack up while the drums take over. They're all working in sync. And we want that same level of harmony in Webflow.
You know, speaking of harmony, I used to play the saxophone.
Yeah, you give off that vibe, Allan.
I sure do. Absolutely.
I, on the other hand, am more of like a ukulele gal myself.
That vibe works.
But truth be told, I'm severely rhythmically challenged. Should we do a duet?
I don't think anyone wants to see a ukulele saxophone rhythmically challenged duet. That's just not going to happen. So, no.
Okay, you know what we should do? Let's just show off the products.
Now, that's a good idea. We're here. Let's show off the products.
So before we hand it over to the team, I'm going to set the stage. So as part of today's demos, we're going to be designing for an entirely fictional company called FusionBeat. They already have their site on Webflow, but they've decided to host a conference this year. So FusionBeat needs to launch a new landing page and drive registrations, and they're going to do it in a whole new way using the Webflow platform.
So to show what we've been working on and to get FusionBeat's page up and running, I'd like to bring up 4 members of Webflow's team who really know what it means to build better together. So please help me welcome my friends, Kev, Ben, Jess, and Brett to the stage. Come on up.
All right, thanks, Allan. Hi, everyone. As we work on making it easier for you and your teams to build beautiful, professional websites like the ones we're building for FusionBeat, the teams using Webflow have grown and evolved over time. This means it's more important than ever to think deeply about the ways you navigate our products, being more intentional about how everyone on your team finds the features and tools they need to prioritize the parts of the product that are most essential to that work. So today, we're introducing an all-new product navigation, built to help you and your team work together while providing the same best-in-class experience, whether you're a designer, developer, marketer, admin, or agency partner. With this update, you'll have immediate access to the entire suite of Webflow products, a new centralized control bar to contextualize where you are on our site, and the ability for you and your team to scale effortlessly no matter who you work with. First, let's talk about our new tab system, which brings the powerful capabilities Webflow's platform has to offer to the very top. Design, CMS, preview, and something else, but we'll get back to that later. The first tab is a familiar one, design, the home base where many of you spend your time inside of Webflow designing, building, and editing your site on our beautiful visual canvas. And your access to your core tools, like the navigator, style panel, and interactions, are right where you expect them. Next is CMS, the place to manage all of your content, which we've elevated to the top to bring together all of your collections data in one streamlined location. And then you have Preview, where you can interact with your website's design responsively at common breakpoints, distraction-free. Now, we've also enabled you to share links directly to any one of these specific tabs, let's say like CMS, with your marketing manager or your content editor. This way, your team can move through Webflow frictionless and more seamlessly pick up where each other had left off. Now, I want to show you an intuitive new way to see any state of your site's design with something that we're calling the context ribbon. The context ribbon is located at the top of your site's canvas. It's where you'll be able to see the pages, collections, breakpoints, and locales you're designing in. And it's where you'll also be able to design components and manage your branches. All of these contexts work in combination with each other to give you a clear picture of who you're designing for all in one glance. And lastly, we've cleaned up the top right corner with a focus on collaboration and publishing. You'll still see who you're working with, drop in comments or leave feedback throughout your build, and publish your site, whether it's for staging or going live to production.
As a team of one, a growing studio, or even large enterprises, this update will enable teams of all sizes to build better together. You'll see live demos, that's right, live demos of updates that take advantage of this new design. We know that design changes can take time to get used to, and it's so important that we get this right. So this new navigation is currently in private beta, being tested by users across the community. And our goal is to have this all in your hands by the end of this year. Now, to show this design in action and walk you through some impressive new updates to visual development, I'd like to pass it off to Ben.
All right, thanks, Kev. Hello, everyone. I could not be more excited to be here with you all. You know, visual development is at the heart of Webflow and has been from the very beginning. But it takes a whole ensemble to compose a masterpiece. And that's where design systems come in. A web designer creates the design system so that the whole team can hit the right notes. And today, we have some powerful updates for design systems that can help you and your teams create something truly sensational. Like Rachel mentioned, we're building a site for Fusion Beat's annual conference, Fusion Conf. By the way, we actually thought about flipping that around and calling it Confusion, but that was confusing. So to kick things off, I'm going to ask Matthew here, who's going to help us with our live demos today, to put on his web designer hat so he can get started building that design system for the rest of the team to use. So who's ready to get into the live demos? All right. Now, the first thing we'll do is navigate to the design system library in the Fusion Beat workspace. So that way we can make some important brand updates for their conference pages. And when we jump into the library site, you can see all the variables that are being shared across Fusion Beat's workspace. Everything from colors to fonts to spacing. Variables have been a huge unlock for productivity in Webflow. In fact, 2/3 of sites created in the last quarter are using variables to build more quickly at scale. As you can see, Matthew is organizing these variables into custom groups, and they can even be sorted in whatever way makes sense for your team. This was part of a recent update unlocking new ways to manage and navigate your variables inside of Webflow, and it's already available today. Now, let's talk about the second half of our design system, and that, of course, is components. Components are the reusable building blocks of your site that let you customize content while staying true to your site's design. You can see here, Fusion Beat already has several components, but let's say the brand team wants to add a little extra flair to their conference site with some custom card components. Now, in the past, this would have turned a nicely organized design system into a bloated mess with several versions of the same component. But no more, because today we're announcing component style variants. Component style variants are a new way to bake style options right into your components. Let's go back to the Fusion Beat site and take a look. Now, we have this standard card component here, but rather than duplicating it, we can edit the card and create a variant right from the style selector. Let's make one for a horizontal card. And here we can just switch the layout from vertical to horizontal, and just like that, we've got one card component with two variants. Pretty slick, right? And now, whenever the rest of the team uses that card component, they can just click this dropdown and select whichever variant they need. That means fewer components for designers to maintain, fewer for the rest of the team to sift through, and more flexibility for everyone. You know, we've heard from so many of you, including the team at NCR Voyix, what a game changer design systems have been, making it easier to build at scale and ultimately helping the whole team move faster. Component style variants are launching to private beta this month and will be available to everyone later this year. Okay, the design system updates are all set. But there's one more late-breaking request from the marketing team. They need us to design an entirely new section for customer testimonials. A last-minute request with a tight deadline? We have all felt that pain. And that is why I am so delighted to announce a new, dramatically faster way to create sections in Webflow. Introducing the Webflow AI Assistant. The AI Assistant is a brand new tool that harnesses the power of AI to help the web designers who are already great at Webflow go even faster. The Assistant has all kinds of skills you can use throughout Webflow. But when it comes to design systems, our AI Assistant can take the kind of section you ask for, give you some layout options to choose from, and then use AI to apply your existing design system to it. Let me just repeat that. It doesn't just create generic designs. Webflow's AI Assistant detects and applies your site's design system, but it does not use your data to power our models. This is a big deal. We've really pushed the envelope on what's possible here. So, what do you think? Are you ready to see this thing live? All right, we'll dive back into our main site and scroll down to where we need to add that new section. And then we'll click the Assistant button. And from here, we can ask for a testimonial. You'll see that we get some layout options. The Assistant offers a wide array to help get you started. And once we found one that we like, we can select it. Let's go with that one. And in just a few moments, the Assistant will use AI to apply your site styles to the layout you asked for. And there it is. Now we've got our testimonial section that is on brand in seconds. Pretty amazing, right? And this isn't just some generic section. This is using Fusion Beats fonts, spacing, and brand colors, and even provides contextual copy based on the rest of your site. And these AI-generated sections work just like any other section in Webflow. You can use the Style tab to tweak and adjust as much as you'd like. Or you can even ask the Assistant to make the changes for you. Why don't we go ahead and jazz up this section with a new background color for the cards? Let's ask for a new color using one of our variables. Again, the Assistant will take a few seconds to understand our request and then work to apply that change to the section. And there you go. Just like that, we've got a new section built out in Webflow in under a minute. Webflow's AI Assistant is available to everyone in a limited beta starting today. We're starting with select templates and we'll be expanding to more sites later this year. So those are the new tools in Webflow to help you build a design system that really sings. We talked about variable management tools that are available now, component style variants, which are coming to private beta this month and launching later this year, and our brand new AI Assistant, a groundbreaking advancement to help you rapidly add new sections to your site that are on brand by default. And that's available in public beta today. So, now that we've got our design system set, I think it's time we bring the rest of the team into the site to start building better together. And to take us through that, I'm going to hand it over to Jess.
Thanks, Ben. I am really looking forward to the updates coming to design systems, and I cannot wait to try the new AI Assistant. It looks awesome. As you just heard, visual developers are at the heart of Webflow. But to bring their work to life, we want to make sure the entire web team can come together to drive results for the business. And we know that inviting a new teammate or client to work on a site you've set up so carefully can be a little scary. Let's talk about some new features that will help you get the band together safely right here inside of Webflow. You can see we're in the Fusion Beat workspace, and we already have a bunch of folks ready to contribute to our conference site. But to help Fusion Beat's design team get this launch out the door, we're going to invite their team lead, Trev, and assign him the brand new marketer role. When a teammate is assigned the marketer role, they get access to page building, a drag-and-drop experience in Webflow where less technical users can build brand-consistent pages with that powerful design system we watched Ben set up earlier. Those users are restricted, however, from modifying the design system in any way, so they can't access design mode or edit classes, components, or styles. So now, with page building, we can build out and launch this conference landing page overnight, rather than waiting weeks for design, or even worse, months for engineering support. Before we get started, I want to bring out my friend Greemer out here for undisclosed reasons. Come on out, Greemer, don't be shy. The welcome Greemer deserves. Okay, now, while Greemer's getting set up, let's go back to our live Fusion Beat workspace and see how page building works. First, you'll see that when our event marketer, Trev, opens Webflow, he's placed automatically into build mode, which is a simplified experience designed directly for the marketer role. The design team has already built out a number of page templates, including our landing page template, which we'll use to create that new page. Once we create that page, you see a page slot, which is where Trev can drag and drop any components onto the canvas that he needs. The design system already has a number of pre-built components, and we'll go ahead and add them to the page. Now, let's go ahead and we'll not forget to add a registration form. That feels important. Now, let's have Trev make some updates to the page. He can easily update the copy. Let's change the header. He can even swap out images. We'll pick like cool speaker vibe. Now let's go back to that CTA section and edit the component variants Ben set up earlier. Let's change this to horizontal and single column. And there we go. Trev was able to customize this component all on his own without needing a designer. Okay, Greamer, are you ready? This is my favorite part. You can have multiple teammates building out the same page at the same time. No need to take turns or wait in line. Check out how Matthew over here and Greamer over here are making changes to the same section on the conference landing page simultaneously. How cool is that? All right, thanks, Greamer. That was great. Page building allows designers... We'll see you later. You'll come back. Page building allows designers to 10x their work. They build beautiful design systems and empower their marketing colleagues to work autonomously to build out new landing pages. This is a capability folks like Marius have never had before, and you can see the impact. We released page building a few months ago for our enterprise customers, but we want more businesses and agencies of all sizes to take advantage of this powerful feature. So we're thrilled to announce that as of today, page building is available on all plans. Page building is a great example of how teams come together in Webflow, but we know that as you add more team members, quality control becomes critical for larger teams to protect the site from issues and accidents. We've been investing heavily in enterprise-grade workflows that add guardrails and quality control steps to reduce the risk of unintended changes going live to the site. But we're not stopping there. We recently launched design approvals so that you can ensure that proposed changes to the site are reviewed and approved by the right stakeholders. Today, we're adding some updates to design approvals, including a brand new review experience, as well as the flexibility to designate required versus optional reviewers. That will be available for enterprise customers and their partners today. So, you've heard about our new marketer role giving all team members the right level of access to Webflow. We walked through our release of page building to all plans so that any teammate can build beautiful pages themselves. And finally, our design approvals workflow, empowering teams to build collaboratively without sacrificing quality control. Next up, I'm going to pass it over to Brett to talk more about the work we've been doing to bring extensibility and composability to the CMS.
Thanks, Jess. And what's up, Webflow Conf? Today I'm proud to share updates across our CMS, localization, and forms, all designed to help you build better together by enabling your teams to create, manage, and publish content more efficiently. Now, I have a lot to share, so let's get started. In the last year, we've made some really big investments in our CMS with foundational updates to ensure that our CMS is ready for even the biggest, most heavy content sites, including scaling way beyond our previous 10,000 item limit to meet custom enterprise needs. We upped our previous rate limits by 10x, and we unlocked full localized CMS item support. But let's not stop there. Today, we need to build out the talks content for FusionConf. FusionBeat already has these pages written out over in another database, and they need to push it into Webflow. FusionBeat, just like so many of you, are building sites and experiences that rely on our CMS APIs. And you need them, frankly, to be more efficient. So we're launching a new set of bulk CMS APIs so you can create, read, update, delete up to 100 CMS items in a single request. And those APIs are available today. Now, you can see the FusionBeat site, and we're in the new CMS tab in edit mode. And we see the talk content. Now, it's already been imported there. But there's actually one more session we need to add, but I'm not writing that copy, and it's not been written yet. But Greemer, isn't that your talk? What was the title again?
I can't remember. I wrote it on the paper.
Okay. Okay. Thanks, Greemer. It's Analyzing Post-Humanism and Nature in Bjork's Audiovisual Works.
That sounds about right, yeah.
Okay. The problem is the team hasn't sent the copy over yet, clearly, and candidly, I have no clue what that means. So I'm excited to announce that we're adding another new skill to the AI assistant that Ben introduced earlier, and that's copywriting. So let's go to the live demo, and we're going to take a look at it in action. So you see we have our template, but we need to create this new talk. But again, we don't know where to start beyond that title that Greemer literally just gave me. No problem. AI can act as our assistant here and get the first pass drafted. So we're going to go ahead and generate a new item, and we'll use Greemer's talk title and a little description as the prompt, and then we'll generate that item. Now, I may not know, but let's see if our AI assistant knows what Greemer's talk might be about. And boom, there it is, just like magic, but with a button instead. Now, in addition to the prompt that you provide, the AI assistant smartly uses context of your content from the fields you've built and the most recent items from your CMS collection. And this is the unique value of crafting your content in Webflow. The AI assistant already has your context, helping even your first draft nail your brand's tone of voice. And just like with any CMS content in Webflow, we can now edit it right here on the canvas to modify the headline so we can see in real time exactly how our visitors are going to experience the content. And I can also ask AI to help here as well. If that first pass needs tweaking, you can modify it in line using the AI assistant. That's much better. Let's go with that, Matthew. Now, we also need to add some content to the Power of Collaboration talk, and that one's already been published. So let's go ahead and switch over to that page. And what I'm going to want to do over on this page is we need to create more content, but I want it to be based on the content that I've already written. And now to do that, I can access this new AI assistant with a / command in rich text fields. And this is going to use context of the content that I've written to give me some options and expand through. And just like that, we've got another paragraph added in just a couple of seconds. And again, it gives you options to choose from. So let's go ahead and go with that one. Perfect. New CMS item creation powered by the Webflow AI assistant is available to everyone in beta starting today. And the content editing and modification features will be available later this year. But many of you who are building and editing content each day have told us that making edits to CMS items that have already been published, that's a pain. You have to coordinate with your whole team to make sure that no one publishes the site for any reason until that content is ready to go live. It's true. But I'm excited to say we have a better way. So jumping back into the live FusionBeat site, you'll see here in the new context ribbon that Kev introduced earlier, when we modify this already published item, the status automatically changes to draft changes. This new CMS status lets you draft changes to an item that's already published, but prevents them from going live until you cue them to publish. And this is critical because as we bring more team members into Webflow, there will be more updates, more often. So now we have new content to publish, but our design team, they're in the middle of making updates elsewhere on the site, which means we're blocked until that work is ready to go live, right? Wrong. We've also made improvements to item-level publishing. So even when you're testing on staging, your team is unblocked to publish individual CMS items right to production. Draft changes and item publishing improvements will both be available later this year. Now, we just talked a lot about your CMS item pages. And often the way that your visitors get to those pages are from CMS lists. Whether it's a list of session tracks, a list of talks, or maybe both. Often, you need the flexibility to show a list of session tracks and a list of their talks nested under each one. But the ability to do that, well, frankly, that's been limited. Well, today, I'm excited to announce that increases to CMS nesting will be launching in beta later this year. And we know that bringing the power of CMS to your designs is central to realizing your creative vision. And we won't rest until you have the freedom you need to design with your CMS data at scale. So, we have our content, but Fusion Comp's global audience is growing. And we need to make sure the site is ready for conference attendees regardless of which language they speak. That's why we launched localization at last year's Webflow Conf. And to get ready for Fusion Conf, we need to add some new locales to our site. And because many of you have asked for more flexibility to grow with this product, we're excited to announce that we're doubling the number of locales available on the advanced localization tier. So adding new locales, done. Now, as we set up our new locale for, say, Iceland, the content might read correctly, but something isn't quite right. To make the site feel ekta, which Grimmer tells me is Icelandic for authentic, we need to localize the actual design for this locale. And while this was technically available today with localization, it's only available for enterprise customers. Well, we've heard your feedback here as well. And I'm happy to share that we're making localized style support available to all localization plans. With localized style support, all teams can now fully customize your styles for each and every locale, language, or region. So you can curate your ideal brand experience for your users, regardless of where they live or what language they speak. All localization users will get access to localized styles and more locales in the Localization Advanced tier starting today. Now, the last thing we need to do before we start driving traffic to the FusionBeat site is to make sure our form is sending data to the right place. And we understand that as conversion becomes more critical for marketers, forms are becoming more important than ever. So we're making some updates to help you better manage this integral part of your website. First, we've made some changes to the UI here, bringing more form configurations into this panel to reduce the need for you to toggle back and forth between the design and your dashboard. Included in this update is new visibility into which apps are connected to a form. For instance, we can see here that the form on the Fusion Conf page is passing data using Form Connector, a really useful app built by the team at CandidLeap. Finally, we know that for many customers, spammy form submissions, now that's a major pain. So we're also launching a new bot prevention feature that will help eliminate unwanted form submissions. Going forward, all forms will have access to built-in spam protection, a powerful tool that stops abuse and confirms visitors are real without the privacy concerns or crummy user experiences associated with some of the other solutions on the market. Both bot prevention and form setting updates will be available to everyone today. So, that's what's new with our Visual First CMS, with localization and forms. Now, I know I covered a lot here, so if you want to learn any more about these product areas that we've talked about thus far, you can check out the amazing product sessions over the next couple of days. And now, to announce our biggest development yet, in helping all of you to build bigger, better, smarter, and faster all together, please help me welcome Rachel back to the stage.
Hi again, everyone. Let's give the team another round of applause. I'm so proud of how we're innovating on our platform and helping teams build better together. And Matthew, whew, congrats, man, you survived your first live demo. But I hate to break it to you, we're just getting started. Okay, so let's revisit the sad state of affairs when it comes to building websites today. Can I get an assist here, guys? Perfect. Linda and Vlad talked about 3 trends our team is tracking. First, AI is changing the way we search, forcing you to shift your website's content strategy away from the top of funnel at awareness and over to more mid-funnel informational content. Second, because of this shift, marketing teams are feeling even more pressure than ever before. You're being asked to convert more of the visitors that do show up at your front door into customers much later in their buying journey. Third, and I can relate to this, you are swimming in a sea of tools that don't talk to each other. It's like a crazy amount of tools, right? Which makes it not only hard to collaborate as a team, but even more difficult to understand your visitors. Not to mention getting all of the data to line up. And if you want to personalize content for the individual, forget it. And old school digital experience platforms that have analytics and optimization and like every single bell and whistle built in, well, they are also painful to use, and they're bloated, and they still require you and your teams to do a ton of heavy lifting. In short, building a highly performant website is still incredibly painful. So, get ready for something really dramatic. Oh yeah, that's like nice and dramatic, right? What we're about to show you is going to fundamentally change the way all of you build for the web. So today, I'm thrilled to announce we're expanding Webflow's visual development superpowers, introducing the world's first website experience platform. Today, we're unlocking a whole new set of visual composable superpowers. These will allow you to build, manage, and now optimize your websites with the power of AI right inside of Webflow. That's right, you can now build, manage, and optimize together with everyone on your team without skipping a beat. We're here to help you overcome the challenges of AI with new superpowers fueled by AI. The website experience platform provides the same power, flexibility, and most importantly, ergonomics that you love about Webflow, while giving more members of your team the tools they need natively. Now, to give you the first glimpse of the new AI-powered website experience platform, let's welcome to the stage Caroline.
Thanks, Rachel. As we've heard, marketers need to deliver not just beautiful performance sites, but sites that convert visitors into customers. But sites that convert require more than flexible design systems and robust content management. They require tools that go beyond the build of your site. Tools like data and insights, so you can understand how your visitors are actually using your site and come up with creative ways to increase engagement. The ability to better understand your site visitors, now that is a superpower. So today, I am thrilled to announce the first new addition to our website experience platform, Webflow Analyze. Webflow Analyze is a native analytics tool that gives you the visitor insights you need exactly where you need them, all with automatic, effortless setup. With Analyze, we can get an overview of a site's visitor data right inside of Webflow. This is where we can tune into how visitors are interacting with the site, like what parts of your site are getting attention and who your audiences are. And while you're probably used to seeing visitor and data analytics in third-party tools, The true magic here is that the insights are available inside the workflows you use most, because great data and insightful charts shouldn't be locked away in another tool. More importantly, because Analyze is available right inside of Webflow, it gives more members of your team, from designers to content creators to developers, teammates who traditionally might not have access to marketing analytics platform. They're going to get insights into how their work is performing, giving them a seat at the table to drive decisions about their own work. Now let's dive right in so we can see how it works. Starting in design mode, we can open the new Insights tab to take a look at how the Fusion Conf page is performing. Here, we can see the site overview, which helps us understand what's working and where we have opportunities for improvement. We can see where in the world our visitors are and which languages are trending. Look at that, we're big in Iceland. Before I move on, it looks like we could be driving more customers to the conference page. We can see that our homepage gets loads of traffic, so maybe we can update the CTA there to drive more people to the conference page while registration is open. Simple insights about how your visitors engage with your site can inspire huge changes. And having that data at your fingertips lets you and your team make informed decisions about your site's design and content. And when we say at your fingertips, we really mean it. In addition to the new Insights tab, you can quickly access analytics data while you work visually in the context of the page you're working on. So if we want to know how the registration CTA for Fusion Conf is performing, with just one click, while still in our design flow, we can see how visitors actually interact with that element. These kinds of insights can inspire creativity while providing a data-driven way to measure your impact. And the best part is, Analyze captures the visitor data and click events on your site automatically. Unlike traditional third-party analytics tools, answering ordinary questions about how your design or content is performing no longer requires extraordinary measures. And last but not least, we care about data privacy, and we know you and your clients do too. As Analyze is native to Webflow, you don't have to worry about your data sprawling across third-party ecosystems. And if you need specialized consent management, you can integrate with your solution of choice or use our turnkey integrations with tools like DataGrail and FinSuite, with more to come. We've got a lot more in store in the coming months, but we're excited to announce that Webflow Analyze will be available as an add-on for basic through enterprise site plans later this month. And if you want to learn more about these updates and the importance of analytics when building out a site, check out this panel happening later today, presented by our partners at Microsoft. But with all of these insights, what else can the Fusion Beat team do to drive conference signups? To show us how both Fusion Beat and you can use the power of Webflow's new WXP to supercharge results like never before, I'm going to pass it over to Guy.
Thanks, Caroline, and hello, everybody. As the former CEO and co-founder of Intellimize, which joined Webflow less than 6 months ago, I could not be more excited than to tell you that in addition to Webflow Analyze, we are launching another new product today. I am thrilled to introduce you to the next element of our website experience platform. It's called Webflow Optimize. We created 3 powerful tools to help you create A/B tests, personalize for different segments and individual accounts, and then meet each individual prospect where they are in their journey with you using proprietary predictive AI that we've been building and tuning for the better part of a decade. We've been working on this for a while, and we could not be happier than to share it with you and the broader Webflow community. We really hope it helps you build your businesses and build your clients' businesses. And I'm here to tell you today that this is all natively integrated into Webflow, and that Webflow Optimize begins rolling out as a paid add-on to most paid site plans today. Now, let's dive in. I'm going to be a marketer in build mode. But if you prefer the more advanced design mode or the simpler edit mode, no problem. It works there too. Let's go over to the live demo where we will create a traditional A/B test right there in context to find a higher performing call to action that drives more conference signups based on the insights that Caroline shared with us earlier. We're going to go to Optimize in the context ribbon, like Matthew just did, and we're going to go create 2 new variations. This could just as easily be a designer testing new creative, or a product marketer trying out new messaging, or an agency testing out a new site redesign. As you can see, Webflow Optimize is visual first and natively integrated directly into Webflow. And unlike standalone tools, there's no snippet to put in just the right spot in your site. And it works with site-wide components like your header, your footer, and with site-wide styles. This is so powerful. No other tool can do this because no other tool is so natively integrated into the base website itself. And now we just hit publish, and that's it. In less than 60 seconds, we have an A/B test up and running. Now, let's say you decided you wanted to be more direct with people who'd expressed direct interest in the business. Let's say the marketing team wanted to create a more aggressive call to action for people who'd had 4 or more sessions in the last 15 days. Fortunately, that's really easy with Webflow Optimize. Marketers can create custom audiences using the insights they got from Webflow Analyze, as well as contextual, behavioral, firmographic, or demographic data from their own systems, as well as Webflow directly. You could use this to do things like tailor landing pages to continue messaging from ads or email. You could choose to speak differently to customers and prospects, and so much more. And leaving the live demo, if you're an enterprise customer and are doing account-based marketing, it's super easy for you to integrate data from Salesforce, HubSpot, Marketo, 6sense, Demandbase, and more. As the experienced marketers in the room know, it is super rare to find a platform with integrations that just work. Setting up the rest of personalization is done visually and looks just like setting up an A/B test. Now, all that's great, but things are about to get wild. Rachel mentioned, hey, we're here to give you new superpowers today to help you create highly engaging websites that convert. What if we could personalize experiences to maximize conversions by engaging each unique individual prospect in the moment? I'm thrilled to tell you that you have that superpower today, and it's called AI Optimize. AI Optimize is based on proprietary predictive AI that we've been training, refining, innovating on for the better part of a decade, and it's natively integrated into Webflow. AI Optimize delivers true one-to-one personalization at scale, learning from your visitor's behavior and automatically adjusting what gets shown to whom over time. Unlike traditional A/B testing, which is just reporting on the results of a test, AI Optimize is taking action based on which variations are driving more of the conversions you care about. It automatically shows the good ones more often, so they give you a bigger benefit, and starves the poorly performing ones of traffic, so they hurt you less. Even better for growth marketers, AI Optimize learns from changes in visitor behavior, which are often triggered by us, changing our targeting, changing our messaging, running a promo, automatically adjusting what gets shown to each unique individual. But that's not all. AI Optimize makes it really easy for you to run virtually all your tests in parallel at once. No more super painful prioritization because you don't have enough traffic. And AI Optimize lets you start and stop variations anytime you want, unlike A/B testing where you've stop, stand still, and wait for the test to finish. Now, let's say we wanted to go run the 2 variations we did before with A/B testing, but instead we're going to go use them with AI Optimize. Setting that up is done visually, and then AI Optimize gives you another superpower by trying every possible combination of the ideas you come up with. Let's say you wanted to try 5 headlines, and 5 different images, and 5 different calls to action. You've created 15 different things. AI Optimize is going to try all 5 times 5 times 5, all 125 different possible combinations and do so exponentially faster than you could if you were doing traditional multivariate testing. Now, let's say we were going to go try those couple of variations. We do so visually. We would set it up. We're going to go back to the UI, back to the demo, and we'll roll the clock forward a couple of months and see, hey, what insights might AI Optimize give us after it's run for a little while? Well, first, we can see that different segments respond differently to different variations. That's a lot of differences. You can see that the visitors from paid search in the first column, they reacted better to the almost sold out messaging. But if you go over to the right to the folks who came over from organic search, they reacted better to the register now messaging in the middle, at the top. Now, if you scroll down and you look, you can see that performance actually changed over time. The blue line, which is register now, did better earlier on. The green line, which is the almost sold out messaging, performed better later on. Okay, audience behavior changes, we don't control that. But then, if you scroll further down, you get to see how AI Optimize automatically reacted, showing the higher performing variations when they were doing better. So you can see blue got more traffic early on. Green got more traffic later on. Automatically, 24/7, with no human intervention needed. AI Optimize is real, it's live, and real customers are using it at scale today. If we leave the live demo, I can show you that Gong used AI Optimize to drive 24% more marketing qualified leads across their site and 87% more leads from their pricing page in 2 months. Optimize is unique to Webflow, and it is a huge part of what it means to become a website experience platform, helping you create visually stunning sites that deliver measurable business results all in one place. To recap, Webflow Optimize, including A/B testing, personalization, and AI Optimize, begins rolling out today as a paid add-on to most paid site plans. And if you'd like to learn more, please join Jason and Nithya right here on this stage right after the keynote, where they'll go deeper into Webflow Optimize. Now, that was a lot about us. We'd like to talk more about you, our amazing Webflow community. And to do that, I'd love to invite Emily up onto the stage. Thanks.
Thanks so much, Guy and Matthew. Hello, everybody. We are getting close to the final movement, the grand finale, if you say, of our keynote. So we just went over a ton of incredible new updates and features. But what makes those features come to life is you and what you all do with them. And I'm constantly blown away by the creativity and the drive across the Webflow community, because that's really where the magic happens, where you see designers, developers, and marketers connect, share what they're working on, and celebrate with each other. And it's also where so many of you share valuable feedback, challenge us, and get excited with us, working alongside our team to help the whole community build better together. So today, I want to highlight what we're doing to elevate the community while also making it easier for people to get started, starting with arguably one of the best places to do so, Webflow University. Today, we are launching our brand new practitioner certification now in beta, as well as launching a dedicated help center to help you get quick and easy access to all the documentation and support that you need to use Webflow. And there's a whole lot more to come, but I won't spoil it. But Webflow University isn't the only place to level up. There's also workshops, events, and meetups hosted by the over 120 global leaders worldwide. And special shout out to all of you hosting the 55 watch parties that are happening literally right now. And thank you. Yeah. And special shout out in particular to those that stayed up in the middle of the night to be with us here today. And as we look towards the future, we want to continue to empower the community and the people within it. And that's really where the Webflow ecosystem comes into place. The ecosystem provides opportunities for those creating templates, for teams diversifying their businesses by developing apps, and where freelancers and agencies scale their practice and clients on Webflow. And it's where all of you can continue to grow your businesses alongside ours. So let's dive into the updates that we have for those building with and on top of Webflow, starting with templates. The templates program has unlocked new revenue streams for designers and helped countless projects go from zero to publish, with over 5,500 templates available today and counting. But there's still a lot more that we can do. So starting today, the template creators will get access to new insights to better understand demand on top of trends, and new ways to improve discoverability. This includes updated categories, new opportunities to create free templates, and officially opening up the ability to sell your templates outside of the Webflow marketplace too. Now, for apps. Since launching last year, we have added over 200 apps to the Webflow marketplace, including new apps like Adobe Express, Google Site Tools, Binder, StockPress, and more, all with the aim to extend what's possible with Webflow and make your projects even more powerful. And it's been amazing to see so many community members expand their Webflow businesses by becoming app developers in the last year. People like Flowout and FinSuite and Keegan, who some of you guys may better know as WebBay, all who now have multiple apps in the Webflow marketplace. Finally, let's talk about the partner program. Earlier this year, we relaunched our certified partner program to better support the freelancers and agencies building on Webflow. We wanted to not only elevate the 1,300 partners in our program today, but also give new partners the tools that they need to build a better practice with Webflow. And this included a complete overhaul of the program and product experience. And for the first time, a centralized partner hub improved benefits, resources, badges, and more directly in your Webflow dashboard. But growing your practice goes well beyond Webflow expertise. It's also about client discoverability. So I'm proud to announce that we've partnered with both Contra and Upwork to give certified partners a leg up by giving you preferential treatment on both of their platforms. So if you're interested in becoming a certified partner, you can learn more and apply here. Now, to talk a little bit more about some of the features that we're building with freelancers and agencies in mind, let me pass it over to Paige.
Thank you so much, Emily. I want to take a quick trip down memory lane. Does anyone in the room here today remember a feature we had called client billing? Client billing was a feature used by many of you that allowed clients to put their card on file for the site plan while you built and maintained the site. But then we decided to deprecate the feature back in 2022. Many of you were disappointed and were thinking and saying quite loudly, "How dare you?" And trust me, we read all the tweets, wishlist comments, emails, and Slack messages that you wrote to us. We recognize that this functionality was essential to some of you, and it holds value, whether you're just getting started building your business on Webflow, or you're a certified partner like Ilya laughing in the front row. And somehow, one of you even predicted this very update a couple of years ago. So I'm thrilled to confirm this prediction, and I'm happy to announce a new but familiar feature called client payments. We've built a brand new product that allows you to request payment information from your client while their site is built and hosted within your workspace, where you can build with your own templates, libraries, and design systems. Once your client accepts the invitation to pay for Webflow and adds their card on file, you can control the client's access level on the site. Another area where we've heard your feedback loud and clear is client site transfers. We know this is a big obstacle to smooth handoffs, but we're making it easier. I'm thrilled to announce, as part of client payments, seamless transfers. This will allow you. We're excited. We're excited. This will allow you to transfer a site to a client's workspace without disruption to the site subscription. And it will be available to all partners, freelancers, and agencies later this year. And I'm not done just yet. We want to streamline your operations and allow you to focus more time on designing and building beautiful performance sites and spend less time on invoicing. And that's why, starting early next year, we're adding the ability to charge clients recurring service fees in addition to the Webflow site plan. That's right, we're launching project fees. Okay, so here's everything you have to look forward to. Client payments and seamless transfers will be available to everyone on agency and freelancer plans later this year. And early next year, we'll roll out the ability to charge project fees. Thank you so much for having me, and I'm going to pass it back over to Emily.
Now, before we finish up, I want to say thank you. Very few companies have a community like ours. And everyone here and those that are watching online have played a massive part in creating something truly special. So thank you. And now to do a quick recap of everything that we heard today and maybe even share one more thing. I'd like to welcome back up to the stage Linda and Allan.
Thank you, Emily and Paige and Caroline and Guy and Matthew.
Wow, what a morning. Really want to hand it to our teams. They shipped a lot of stuff.
Good job.
It's part of my job. So let's take a moment to recap what we announced. And hold on, there's a lot. Kev introduced our new design with an updated in-product navigation and context ribbon to unlock new superpowers for your teams, taking advantage of all the new products on our website experience platform. Then Ben came out and unveiled new ways to build and manage design systems, including new component style variants. And our groundbreaking Webflow AI assistant that applies your design system. No templates, no copies, not everything looks the same. Your design system while building a section for you. It can also help draft and edit copy on your site. Jeff then shared tools that will help you build better together, including Page Builder, which has that amazing people editing at the same time, now rolled out for everyone with the new marketer role. And some updates to the design approvals for enterprise teams. But I'm not done yet, Linda, because Brett demoed all the amazing ways we're making Webflow more composable. He announced new updates to our CMS APIs and CMS publishing improvements with draft changes so you can easily edit content that's already live on your site and publish individual CMS items without publishing your entire site. And he also announced that later this year, increases to CMS nesting will be launching into beta. No one's been waiting for that one, so we got that ready. Next, he shared that all localization plans will now have access to localized styles and will be doubling the number of locales available on our advanced plan. Plus, he shared new ways to manage forms on your site, including automatically reducing form spam, I hate spam, and connecting forms to your apps. And Emily recapped all the ways we're making it easier for our partners to build their businesses using Webflow, including updates to Webflow University, improvements to templates, and our new partner program. And Paige was just here and almost blew the roof off the place when she told you we're bringing back client payments, we're adding seamless site transfers, and as well as the ability to add project fees. Whew.
And that's not all. Rachel unveiled the vision for Webflow's website experience platform, a new way to build, manage, and optimize your website with AI at its core, which includes Webflow Analyze and the new Webflow Optimize that Guy introduced, which includes A/B testing, personalization, and the ability to do it all at the individual level with AI Optimize.
Yeah, that was a lot we just talked about. I'm also so excited to start seeing all the incredible websites you'll build and hearing about all the ways our website experience platform is moving the needle for all of our customers.
Thank you so much, Allan. I'm so excited as well. So go ship something.
More?
More.
All right. See you later.
I am so proud of the amazing products that our team has been rolling out this year. And we can't wait for you to get your hands on everything so you can all build better together. But in true Keynote fashion, we do have one more thing to share. So you know what? Hey, Vlad, you want to get back out here so we can tell everyone all about it?
Yep, Linda, I am I'm literally bouncing with excitement to share this update with you all.
Nice transition.
Ah, good one. So for most Webflow sites, as you all know, interactions and animations are such a core part of creating a beautiful and engaging site experience. And we're planning some huge improvements in this area as we start to think about interactions version 3. And we're going to do it by leveraging a really powerful animation library used by millions of websites and tons of existing Webflow customers today. Of course, I'm talking about, say it with me, GSAP.
And today, little do you know, today, to help with that goal, I am so excited to announce that we have acquired GreenSock, the company behind GSAP. That's right, GSAP is joining the Webflow family.
Whew. I'm getting the butterflies. For those of you who might not be familiar with GSAP or who are new to it, it's a performant, super flexible, framework agnostic animation library that lets you build pretty much anything on the web just by writing a bit of JavaScript. It delivers silky smooth performance so you can focus on the fun and creative stuff.
Okay, let's make it official, Vlad. Everyone, please join us in welcoming Jack and Cassie from the GreenSock team on stage.
We are so excited to join the Webflow family. I'm Jack, the author of GSAP, and this is Cassie, who does, well, a little bit of everything. Now, for me personally, this is a full circle moment. You see, I started out as a designer who was terrified of code. I thought code was for math nerds. Turns out I was more of a nerd than I thought. But my mind was blown when I realized that I could take a bunch of complex, nerdy code that solves a bunch of problems, wrap it in a designer-friendly API, and suddenly I had a tool that made it fun to code. I became obsessed with crafting a suite of JavaScript tools that gave people animation superpowers. Webflow has the same heart, taking the complicated, making it simple, so that designers and developers feel like they have superpowers. GSAP is a natural fit, and we cannot wait to innovate together. Right, Cassie?
That's right, Jack. And there's already some pretty big overlap between the GSAP community and the amazing community here at Webflow. Out of all of the Webflow sites listed on awards, 78% of them use GSAP. And last year, 32% of the sites submitted to our showcase were made in Webflow. 32%, that's more sites than any other framework or tool, and without any native integration between the two products yet. But I do want to take a moment to make it super clear that GSAP will continue to be publicly available for use on the wider web. Both Webflow and the GSAP team are committed to maintaining and evolving the library so that new and existing GSAP users can keep on just using it just like before. Back to you, Linda and Vlad.
Thank you. Thanks, Cassie. Like Cassie said, she's absolutely right. Very few things get us more animated than bringing these kinds of development superpowers to everyone. And we are honored by the privilege and responsibility of maintaining and evolving this powerful library so everyone, Webflow customers or not, can continue to create engaging experiences across the web.
That's right, Linda. This is absolutely huge for Webflow and for GSAP. Thank you so much, Jack and Cassie, for joining our team. I can't wait for all the things that we'll build together. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, y'all. Okay. What a morning. It's kind of hard to believe Webflow Conf 24 just is getting started right now. Can you believe all the things we've announced today?
Also, how about a hand for our amazing band over here, live footage. Thanks, guys.
So, to sum it up, as Webflow becomes a website experience platform, we're building for the future of web development, a future with a new, more seamless kind of collaboration that helps your web creations sing.
In a future where front-end and visual developers are able to build out pages using their full creativity and designs, but with the guardrails you want, thanks to tools like page building and libraries.
A future where growth and content marketers are able to launch and refine those pages quickly and move faster than ever with products like Analyze and Optimize.
And a future where everyone, all of you, can build with confidence. Whether you're a freelancer or a member of a marketing team or a global agency that's building a practice around Webflow, we want all of you to feel right at home building in Webflow.
And we're not alone in this mission. Larger and larger companies like Adobe, HubSpot, and Microsoft are investing in the Webflow ecosystem because they see that with Webflow, with the power of the website experience platform, we're winning. It's time to go beyond the build, where collaboration doesn't have to look like one solo after another. It can be a beautiful piece of music, made better and richer with each contributor's voice adding to the harmony.
I can't tell you all how excited I am, or should I say how jazzed I am, for this next step in Webflow's journey. And I'm just so incredibly grateful that you all can be along for the ride with us.
Thank you all. Whether you're here with us in San Francisco or watching from around the world, we are so honored you're here, and we can't wait to spend the next 2 days connecting and inspiring one another. So, on one final note, let's get ready to build better together.
Thank you, everyone.